we got 5? I'm so ready.
You're live.
We're live.
Bad stream.
Well, if we're live, tell us we're live. If we're not live, don't tell us.
Or if that's the firewall being buggy again.
Oh no, we are live.
Yeah, we're live.
We're live.
It looks pretty good.
Looks good. We are live. Sorry, a little bit of a little hiccup there.
Oh, hold on, we're not. Our lights are down, so they don't really. Oh, there we go.
And the Lord said, "Let there be light," and thus it was so.
Welcome to episode 2 of TechnoSense. We got lots of interesting topics for today. We're going to do it a little bit differently than we did last week. The idea is to actually do half the show of news, and the other half we're actually going to have a little surprise. Maybe not having a surprise anymore. We're actually going to be playing a couple of games with you. Where's the can? You.
That one in the middle.
That one in the middle?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to play games with you. So we have some couple things lined up. Get your phones ready or your computers ready.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be anything online or anything like that. We're not playing Fortnite or PUBG or anything like that. We're going to play, what did you call it?
We're going to be playing some Jackbox party games. I have Quiplash, Jackbox Party Pack 4, Drawful 2. A couple of games that are good with the audience. So we'll try it out, see how it works. We have a few people watching now, so we'll get them in, play around with them a bit.
Hopefully. Yeah. So we're going to leave that to the second half so
Yep.
we can get some people that are interested. And if you know anybody that wants to play or whatever, feel free. So do you want to just jump right into the topics that we got?
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you want me to go first since you can
Yeah,
recover from that?
I choked on my own saliva.
Wonderful. Last week I got asked to kind of go over the Razer phone versus the ASUS phone. And I actually did some research. I actually went on to gsmarena.com and went through the specs and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And overall, basically to kind of go over it, they're both very, very different devices, but they're both very similar as well.
Mm-hmm.
They're both gaming phones, more or less, and the way that the ROG phone was designed was basically for more of a gaming experience with the added peripherals and whatnot that you can get with it. As for the Razer phone, which is more of an almost like an everyday sort of phone, that just has a more features designed around the gamer expect what the gamers would expect in a device. So to kind of go over it, the Razer phone has the previous generation octa-core Snapdragon processor. That's the 835. Basically the only thing different here is that 4 cores are clocked lower, and the other 4 cores are clocked a little bit higher on that generation. So basically it's going to have less of a good battery life when it comes to the CPU usage. As the actual slower cores, or the 4 cores that are designed around basically for battery life, are going to be a little bit faster, so they're going to use a little bit more energy. So at least that's what I gather from it. I could be wrong, but I believe it's going to have less of a battery life. And they both actually have the same amount of battery life. They're both 4,000 milliamp hours, which is actually pretty big for a phone. The ASUS ROG phone, it has a Snapdragon 845, which is the next generation. That's actually what you will find in the Samsung S9 series, as well as about any flagship that's around today. This one, basically the difference between that is that this one has the same fast 4 cores, the same 4 cores that are fast, that are clocked higher, and the slower 4 cores are clocked a lot lower by marginally. It's actually literally by 2 or 0.2 gigahertz, so about 200 megahertz. So it's not that much, but it will save a little bit of battery. The Razer phone comes with Arduino 540 GPU, and the ASUS ROG phone comes with the next generation Arduino 630. I don't know much about them, but I believe the 630, the ASUS phone, does perform better. I believe that generation is the generation that's has a lot more performance. As far as storage goes, the Razer phone is limited to 64 gigabytes, but it can be expanded up to with an additional 512 gigabytes with SD card. With the ASUS ROG phone, it's actually 128 or 256 without expandable storage. So depends on where you want to go. I like to see the expandable storage because I very much like that. I don't like to see phones that don't have expandable storage, but that's just me. They both have 8 gigs of RAM. The Razer phone, actually, they both have very similar camera systems as well. The Razer phone, however, has two 12 megapixel cameras rather than the Razer phone has the two 12 megapixel cameras versus the ASUS phone, which has a 12 and an 8. The front camera are both 8 megapixel. Not much else on that. As well as the display on the the display on the Razer phone. There's a lot of difference here. With the Razer phone, it is an IPS display, which isn't. It's not gonna have. It's gonna have a more vivid color scheme to it, but the blacks aren't gonna be truly black. Like the actual pixels won't turn off, which I like in an AMOLED display. But it also goes up to 120 hertz. So it's one of the it's one of the more newer smartphones that actually comes with a greater than 60 hertz display, which is quite neat. Whereas the why does it say 90 hertz? Should say 80 hertz, I believe. Yeah, I made a boo boo. The ASUS phone it is actually a little bit it has oh sorry no the Razer phone has a 1440 display by 2560, so it is a 16 by 9 ratio. Whereas the ASUS phone comes with a 1080 by 2160 or 18 by 9. So one's basically a little bit longer and one's a little bit shorter and fatter. However, the Razer phone comes with a 5.7 non-HDR. So it doesn't have HDR. It does have wide color gamut, but not HDR. Whereas the ASUS phone comes with a 6-inch HDR capable at 80 hertz. And they both actually amazingly support 24-watt fast charging.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
That's quite impressive, actually. Yeah, I don't really keep up to date with the fast charging technology because it's just one phone gets faster charged than the other, and that's pretty much it. But really, 24 watts. If you think about it, like 24 watts is like a lower end desktop CPU. Like that would be like the Ryzen 200 series. Roughly around there. I think they're around that area. So, which is quite interesting. So
yeah.
I'll pull up some pictures so we can have a look at them here.
That would be great. I'd like to see what the actual aesthetic of these phones are.
Yeah.
Because really, that's all I care about. When I pull out a cool phone, people are like, "Whoa, that looks awesome."
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of. I was actually watching a live stream today, and they were talking about the different versions of phones, like what people actually want in a phone. And a lot of people are saying, like, well, rather than having almost like a tech review of someone was saying, oh, these are the fancy new features that this phone has, rather than actually saying, this is actually what the phone has that should have. But anyway, this is the Razer phone. As we can see, it looks very similar to like the Sony series, if you're familiar with those. So it's got a very hard-cornered style to it, as we can see here. And I believe it does have front-facing speakers. Like these are the actual speaker grills here for stereo sound. There's one up here too. You can see there's one up here and there's one down here. And it's got the fingerprint scanner on the side, which is quite interesting. So I feel that the Razer phone looks better than the ASUS phone. Let me just see if I can pull up the ASUS phone here. This is what the ASUS phone looks like. I did show pictures of this last week. This is what it looks like. Again, it still has the dual front-facing speakers, which is quite nice. And that's it.
Yeah.
But as we can see here, I believe this is a heat grill back here, and I believe they're both I think they're both liquid cooled too.
Liquid cooled?
Yeah. Yeah, the Razer phone I believe is liquid cooled. It actually has like heat pipes through the phone itself, which is quite neat.
I've never heard of a liquid cooled phone before.
There was the latest before Microsoft decided to end the Windows phones.
Yep.
The 2 flagship Windows phones were actually water cooled as well.
Huh.
Yeah, believe it or not, because they were actually designed to go into a dock.
Okay.
And then you could use the dock as like a lower, almost like a Windows RT, Windows apps only sort of desktop. So it was quite neat actually.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So this phone, I find it looks a lot worse because it's very gamer-y, and you I don't know. I don't really like to look at this one, but it comes with a lot more features too. Like for instance, like as I was showing last week of the like there was like two controllers that go on either side of it that you can play your games with. It almost looks like a Switch.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, very similar to that. So.
Yep. You see, I never really got the appeal of a gaming dedicated phone. So, I do a fair amount of mobile gaming myself, but it's mainly like Hearthstone on my iPad or whatever. But I remember, back when Future Shop was in town, they had a demo with...
Back when Future Shop existed, yeah.
Way back in the day. There was an Nvidia phone they had out, and I think it was like... I don't know how long ago this was, but it was a gaming targeted phone that had like a... It was like an old flip phone where you flip it up, and instead of a keyboard, it had controllers and like joysticks and stuff.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember there was one that was also a Sony phone that had, instead of like a Slido keyboard, had a Slido game, like a game stick. And there was like 2 touch pads that were for looking around and stuff like that. And they had the bumpers and everything like that. I forget what phone that was. I forget what it was called.
Honestly, it was so...
It was a while ago.
It was so uninteresting at the time.
Oh, I wanted one, but could never get my hands on one because they were always sold out.
Well, if you're interested in mobile gaming and looking for a new phone, these 2 are definitely strong contenders.
I would definitely recommend them. Yeah, if you don't want to go the full amount, the S, not to go and shout out the S9 Plus, but it's my personal phone, and I find it works perfectly with everything. So if you're looking for like a phone that has very similar specs, better camera, not the high refresh rate display, which will probably most likely show up in flagships here soon. Now that other companies are doing it, I would definitely look into probably S9 if you don't want to like go the full gamer aesthetic sort of thing. But I would recommend them if you do want to play some mobile games. So
yep.
Yeah. You go ahead.
Yeah. All right.
New topic.
So, just 5 days ago, Blizzard announced a new expansion for Hearthstone. This particular expansion is called the Boomsday Project. The setting of this expansion takes place in the fictional labs of Dr. Boom, who was originally a card in Hearthstone that was a legendary, but then was removed. I actually have a trailer here, if we can get this up on the screen.
I don't think we're going to have audio. Do you want me to...
We don't need audio.
Do we have the link in the doc?
Do we have the link? It is in the link. I'll start the video now.
I got it.
I'll full screen it.
Computer sound up.
Computer sound up? I cannot turn the video sound up, so there's no sound, but basically we have Dr. Boom there introducing his fictional laboratory. So it's like a science-themed expansion. So you'll see there are different cards being teased currently. It's fairly cool. You see a dwarf there doing a little accident with a science experiment.
It's better with the narration anyways.
It is better with the narration. So the giant pneumatic robot arms that smash everything. And this is something I like about Blizzard. It's a shame we don't have audio, but if you watch this on your own time, you'll find that they do little songs and stuff for their trailers that are kind of catchy.
Which might be copyrighted, so it may be better that
Yeah, it might be better that we're not playing it, yeah.
All right. Alrighty, we can take that off the screen now, if you don't mind, Brian. Thank you. So, of course, the Boomsday Project is the latest Hearthstone expansion, and they're coming out with some new things with this expansion that haven't been seen before in other Hearthstone expansions. So the expansion is coming out August 7th. That's the firm release date when you can get the cards and play with them. But August 31st, they're coming out with a new single-player mode called the Puzzle Labs, where players are given like a board state they have to win using cards in their deck, which I think is fairly cool. They've done single-player adventures before, but this seems to be more like a strategy version on it. Now, here's the thing that you might be interested in, because you don't play Hearthstone, right?
No, not at all.
Yeah. So,
Unfortunately.
Glenn, how much would you pay for a pack of virtual cards, 5 cards in a pack, for a card game.
Like, you mean like going back to like the Pokemon days where you go and pick up a
I mean, like, you're sitting
sort of
down.
same thing, sort of?
I open up like, Glenn, let's play a game of Hearthstone. You're going to need some packs to get started. How much will you pay for a pack?
I don't know, maybe $5.
$5 for a pack?
Well, maybe not $5. And
Then keep in
$12.
mind,
I
a
don't
pack
know.
of cards has 5 cards in it. With
5 cards.
Five
Probably
cards.
like maximum $1.
maximum dollar.
Yeah.
The current pricing scheme for Hearthstone cards, flat out, is you get $2 for 2 packs, and then it sort of scales up to like 2, 5, 7,
Okay.
15, 40. And the prices go up to, geez, I can't even remember. It's like $80 for 40 cards, I think. So the reason I mention this is they've released the pre-release for Boom, whatever. So for that, it's going to cost you $69 for 50 card packs, plus a guaranteed legendary. Or, if you're a real fan, you can pay $109 and get 80 card packs. And I think that's ludicrous.
Yeah, that's some serious money right there.
I get it. They're targeting a certain demographic that will pay that much for cards.
And there are people that will pay that.
Yeah,
Like
the
that
gaming...
whole-
Jeez, actually, this is getting off topic a bit. I was listening to a lecture the other day about whale hunting is the term they use because the demographic that will spend thousands of dollars a month on cards are called whales in the industry.
Mm-hmm. Well, the people that will go on to like Star Wars Battlefront 2, and then like I think the estimated actual total of like the same thing, kind of like cards, to actually go and buy them all to actually have the full experience of the game without was around, I think around $2,000, something like that. And they're saying that people will actually go out and pay for that. And I don't doubt it. There probably are people that go out and pay that amount of ludicrous money to be the best that there is in Star Wars Battlefront 2.
And this is a very calculated pricing scheme, by the way.
Oh, most
so
likely,
normally when you're selling a product, you have your cost-benefit analysis. Like, on one side, you might have the people that maybe will buy a pack on their birthday or something, but not usually. Then on the other hand, you have the people that are like, they go out and every day they spend $200 on card packs. See, the reason they're using this model, which is the free-to-play model, is that normally when you're doing economics, you have your sort of graph, and you want to aim somewhere in the middle so you get the most amount of value, right? That's when you're selling a usual game. With pay-to-win, you're getting everyone under that graph, not just everyone at a certain point. So your income is a lot more than you would expect. Anyway, that was just a bit of a tangent. I don't really like pay-to-win, but I do like Hearthstone.
I like playing games for free.
Yeah.
But then I don't like spending a lot of money on them to get up to the other players.
Yeah. And that's a problem with Hearthstone is you can definitely play it, and I know people who do play it for free and have for years. But if you're just jumping in, it's not the great new user experience.
Yeah, no.
Which is why I like that they're doing these single-player things, where you're given a deck to play against an AI. So it's a great way to introduce people to Hearthstone.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. So on my side of things, and the tech industry sort of things, I was asked last week to look into Nvidia Ansel, and I had no idea what it was, so I looked into it. And I'm actually quite impressed. Do you know what? Did you look into it at all?
I know a little bit about it, but for the viewers watching, what is Nvidia Ansel?
So it's actually a photography software for in-game content. So like say if you're playing Witcher 3, which is one of the supported games, you can actually pause the entirety of the game, go into like almost like a free form camera sort of thing, fly around the map and whatnot, and actually it will go and use super sampling, so it'll get rid of any aliasing and stuff like that, and actually have like the dedicated graphics, so it'll just burn out your graphics card pretty much. But and basically what it is, it allows people to take an amazing shot in game of what they're doing, which is actually really, really impressive. So that's how I think Space Engineers does it as well, and I've seen a lot of pictures done through Space Engineers on the subreddit. But there was a lot of interesting stuff out there as far as like Witcher 3, because Witcher 3 itself is a beautiful game if you ever played it.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
It's amazing, yeah, and but they're allowed to basically go in and actually look at the and use the freeform camera to take pictures of the character and stuff like that. So it's an amazing thing. I had no idea this existed at all. Too bad my graphics card is actually out of the office, because I would been actually maybe in a future episode I'll take some pictures of Witcher 3 when I get my graphics card back, and we'll compare them with Ansel versus just regular screen captures. But it allows you basically, it's almost like a DSLR in the video game world. It's like a reality DSLR. So one of the benefits of it was actually also filtering, because instead of like an Instagram, right, just applies the filter over your previous picture.
Yep.
This will actually go in and apply the filter into the lighting scheme itself.
Oh, so it's like it's adding a shader to the game, essentially.
That's exactly what it is.
So, if I'm understanding this right, it renders the game on the graphics card and then takes like an HD shot of that.
Yeah, and it does support HDR content as well. So you can actually take a full high dynamic range picture using Ansel in game.
That is
pretty
great.
Impressive.
Yeah,
Yeah, I must admit, it's actually brilliant.
So if you're really into making video game photography, I guess, or I know people that do animations and stuff, can this support video? Or is it just photo only?
I believe it's photo only.
Okay.
But you never know what might happen in the future.
You never know.
It also does support their Snap 360 degrees panorama mode, which also allows you to export 3D 360 degree pictures that you can actually view on your Google Cardboard, a Daydreamer, or on your Oculus or whatever you have. So it's pretty nifty.
Yeah.
So if you like playing high intense games that actually support it, there is actually a list. Actually, I'm gonna send out the article in the chat here. Check that out. Pretty cool. It does have a list of actual dedicated games that support it. Not too many right now.
Not too many.
But the list is growing.
This is a new piece of software, I'm guessing.
I think it's been released. Well, it says it was
2016.
2016. So it's been a couple years now. But it is also one of those things that I think they have to partner with Nvidia.
Yeah.
To actually get the software, because I believe it is one of those layers of the cake that they had to put in game, or build it around an Nvidia engine or something like that. So it's one of those things. But it's really cool. But they're continuing to support. Looks like they are supporting or have supported. They're looking to support the Division, the Witness, Lawbreakers. Witcher's already supported. There's a No Man's Sky apparently is in there, but no one's playing that. But yeah, there's a bunch of they're supporting Unreal Tournament too. So
wow,
if they're supporting Unreal Tournament, the new one, they must be doing something with the Unreal Engine.
They must,
because the Unreal Engine is basically Unreal Tournament right there.
So that means if it's running on the Unreal Engine, does Fortnite run on the Unreal Engine?
It does. So they might have. I don't think you would.
I can get my
I don't
victory.
think you'll be able to do it that way. But
I can get my Victory Royale in HD panoramic view.
360 to see all the.
I can put on my VR headset and see myself winning Fortnite.
Yeah, there you go. Maybe, if it supports it.
This is the reality we're living in. I think that's wild. Oh boy, oh boy. Superhot DLC?
Yes. Yeah. I'm going to send the link for YouTube here to our viewers.
Right.
You can go ahead and start.
So, Glenn, are you familiar with the game Superhot?
I am.
All right. Well, for the viewers at home that aren't familiar, Superhot was a game that came out, I think, a few years ago now. And the sort of gimmick for the game is that time only moved when you did in the game. So you could do like ninja reflexes, and then it was more like a puzzle game than like a shooter game, but the main concept was you had to get rid of these red polygon people. They had swords and stuff, but you could stop time, sort of maneuver yourself, like grab the sword and twist it around. It was a very cool concept for a game.
It gained a lot of attention.
Gained a lot of attention. And it came to VR recently, and that's, from what I've seen, it's a lot of fun to like full-on Matrix, like dodge bullets. But currently, in early access, they have their standalone sequel DLC called Superhot Mind Control Delete. Sort of play on the Control Alt Delete, I'm guessing. Right? Yeah.
I would presume so, yeah.
Yep. So,
are we gonna do the trailer, or are we gonna?
I have some trailer here. It's just some footage of the game. We don't really need to have it taken up full screen. It's just like a demo of the gameplay, basically. But what's cool about this new DLC is it's going to be a roguelike style game.
Oh, okay.
So the original Superhot, which is what I'm showing the trailer for here, originally it was like a linear story game where you have missions where you have to get through like a certain number of enemies in like a bar setting, for example. But this new roguelike means that everything is going to be procedurally generated, and you're also going to have different power-ups or abilities. So they're advertising you start off with 2 different heroes you can choose from, one of which maybe does more melee damage, the other has like ninja stars that can pull back like a boomerang.
Interesting.
It's pretty cool, and I think, honestly, this is probably one of my favorite game concepts in the past 10 years or so. It's really interesting. We can get off that screen now that we've shown the footage.
That's really neat, yeah. I've always liked the Superhot concept. Like, I never played it myself, but I watched Jacksepticeye play it.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite YouTubers, by the way. Plug him. Yeah, he played it, and I watched him play it, and it was just a really cool game concept. So, if you're interested, sort of like the kind of like the shoot 'em up puzzle games, or just interested in that sort of stuff in general, I would recommend it for sure.
So here's something interesting about the early access for this standalone DLC. Currently, you can get it on Steam. It's about $14. It's down to $10 now with the weekend sale for Superhot. If you own Superhot, when it releases out of early access, this new Mind Control Delete DLC, you'll get it for free.
Oh, neat. That's a good way of doing it.
So you can pay for it now if you want to have it now and play it, or you can wait a bit, buy the original game, and get both copies of it.
I have to do that.
I might have to do that. Superhot is $10 right now on sale.
Oh, really?
It's like half off.
Excuse me. No.
Yeah.
Gonna log on to my Steam account here. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna skip over this one because I went over this last week. I'm gonna skip over. I was gonna talk about the Pixel 3, but I did it last week, and there's nothing been new on it other than, you know what? I guess I can show the picture here. But I kind of want to do my topic here. So I'm just gonna scroll down once I can find the actual picture. Yeah, right. That's the one. There you go. Excuse me.
Hey, not Korea.
So basically we have basically this is the renders that have been announced. They haven't been completely officialized yet, but as we can see, we have the notch, and on the larger version, the backs look very, very similar to the Pixel 2s, and they're both the same as the one I showed you last week. Different designs. What they're thinking of is that they released these pictures of the Pixel 3 XL through the case manufacturer. The case manufacturer actually went and was like, "Oh yeah, oops," and accidentally released the what it looks like for the Pixel 3. So I'm gonna jump right into. Do you have another one? Then we'll do Gamer Spotlight, or
I wouldn't bother with that one.
No?
That I have
Okay.
there. It's just talking about the Oculus Go a bit more.
okay, cool.
Actually, if you want to get your Gamer Spotlight prepared.
Yeah, okay.
So the Oculus Go, I did a bit more delving into their website because I was curious about it after last week's episode.
Yeah.
So it retails for $265 Canadian dollars currently, and that comes with a remote control you can use to do some simple VR games. What interested me, though, personally, is the accessory page has a link to download prescription lenses for your VR. So
Interesting.
I don't know if you've used VR a lot, but what I find, because I wear glasses and my vision is terrible, even though the screen is only a few centimeters in front of your face, vision problems still persist in the VR sort of
I would imagine
universe.
so, yeah.
So the only options you really have are to wear your glasses in the VR thing, which can get a bit cramped. It works decent from what I used, but Oculus is now supporting these sort of screw-on lenses that allow you to fit your prescription.
That's awesome. That's brilliant.
It's great.
Like
It's really good.
brilliant. That way you don't have to wear your glasses over your headset.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do a new segment in the news sort of thing about our personal lives, actually.
Oh.
I think you had a topic in there too, so I'm not bringing it up on you all of a sudden. But
Nope.
We're gonna talk about what we've been playing recently. If you wanna just mirror my screen on there and have can you do that? Yeah, you got it. Yeah, that's perfect. So, basically a little bit of you got it. Good job. So basically, to clarify, I had a dead motherboard and a dead graphics card.
I thought you said you had a dead mother for a second.
No, my mother's perfectly alive. I hope. She's in the kitchen, but think she's prepared. I think she's doing burger. Anyway, so basically, so since my graphics card and my motherboard died, I had a backup motherboard, thank goodness. But I was able to pull a couple of old graphics cards off of an old computer I had. So I've been playing the Half-Life series quite a bit recently, because that's all I can play. So I've been playing Half-Life 2. I'm on the last game of Half-Life 2 in that section. So I think it's Coast or something about the coast, Lost Coast, I think it's called. But I played through Half-Life 2, Half-Life 2 Episode 1, Episode 2, and now I'm working through Lost Coast. And while I have played Half-Life, the original Half-Life, a year ago, I believe. Yeah, it was a year ago. I bought the whole series, and I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. And with that, I also got there's a couple of other games that they had with it that were off that engine as well, that were kind of like separate campaigns. And so I've been playing through those as well now. But I must admit, as someone who has never played Half-Life before, and has never been really into the PC gaming industry and stuff like that, until now, I can see Half-Life. I can see why people have a lot of problems with Half-Life 3, because it is an amazing game. It is it's well built. You can run on basically anything. Fairly similar to Skyrim. But I'm very much enjoying it, and if you haven't played Half-Life, I would definitely recommend it, because it is an amazing campaign.
I have never played any of the Half-Life games.
Well, we gotta change that then.
Yeah, I gotta change that. It's one of the classics that you should play if you haven't. And I'm just waiting for the third one to come out. I had to make that joke.
Actually, believe it or not, they are actually kind of making a third one, but it's not through Valve. It's actually they're using the Unreal Engine.
Okay.
It's called Project Borealis. Call it to them. And they're designing a Half-Life 3 off of the Unreal Engine.
I remember one of the writers a while ago released a draft script for what they were going to do, but then that was scrapped. So is it based off of that then? I
have no idea. They haven't really, as far as I know, they haven't really got a lot of information out there for that yet. But I believe that they're working on it. I don't think it's definitely not going to be called Half-Life 3.
Of course.
It might be under a different name, because I know they came out with a remake of Half-Life 1, like the original, called Black Mesa.
Oh yes, I remember when that was released.
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Another great game you should try, because it was exactly like Half-Life, but with actual graphics, not potato graphics.
Very cool.
But no, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. No, the only thing I remember about Half-Life is you can do a gnome run, I think, where there's a gnome in one of the very beginning levels, and you can carry it with you through the rest of the game.
I think that was episode 2.
I think it's episode 2, part 2. Specifically, I think.
Wait, is there a part 2?
Yeah, it's Half-Life 2, part 2.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's Half-Life 2.
Yeah.
Half-Life 2, part 2, right?
Or is it called? I think it's called episode 2.
Episode 2.
Yeah, I was like, wait, there's another game I haven't played yet.
I haven't played, so I don't know.
No, it's episode 2. Yeah, but yeah, I watched someone do that live stream, and it was interesting.
That's great.
Yeah.
So I've been playing something a little bit different than that. Brian, can we get a just view of my screen here? I've got some gameplay just to throw up on the screen while we talk here. So I've been playing a game called the Red Strings Club. This game came out a few months ago. I was in school when it came out.
So you had all the time to play it, right?
I've had all the time to play it. Are we getting visual from my computer here? I'm just seeing a black screen here on me.
Please bear with us while we have technical difficulties. Oh, here we are.
Oh, here we are.
Perfect.
YouTube would just being a butt. So the Red Strings is made by the company that made the game Gods Will Be Watching, which was a sort of philosophical moral dilemma game back in the day. So Red Strings Club is a mixture of 3 separate mini-games laden with moral consequences, essentially. So the 3 mini-games are like a social engineering game where you're using a phone and a voice changer to sort of convince people to give you information. There's a bartending mini-game where you're mixing drinks to give people different emotions so that they can tell you different pieces of information. It's a whole lot of information gathering game, and there's this sort of puzzle and moral dilemma about cyber electronics and sort of like. It really is an experience you have to play for yourself, and this is one of the first games I've played in a long time that really stuck with me after I played it.
Looks very interesting.
It's very good. And I'm a fan of like that cyberpunk sort of 80s aesthetic.
Vaporwave, yeah. Vaporwave has actually come back. Like with
It's
the
coming
whole
back
cyberpunk thing.
with a vengeance. I'm
yeah.
finding.
People are liking the Vaporwave.
Oh yeah.
I like the Vaporwave.
Yeah.
I got the Rick and Morty background. That tells you anything. Yeah, that's really awesome.
Yeah.
Is it on Steam?
It is on Steam. It's
So
available.
I guess I'm getting 2 games in.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's quickly become one of my favorite games I've played. It's not so much you sit down and you play it. It's you experience it.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot more of like a narrative game.
That's awesome, yeah. Space Quest. So, I believe that concludes our news segment.
Mm-hmm.
So now we get to play. We actually get to shut up for a minute and play games.
Yeah. So I'll just get this set up here.
Can I join that too? I've never done anything like this.
You can hop on this.
I can hop on this.
So for those of you that haven't done a Jackbox game before,
Oh, I closed out of everything.
what'll happen is you'll just need a web browser, such as Safari, Firefox, Internet Explorer, Microsoft
If you're using
Edge,
Internet Explorer, just
Opera. I don't know what other web
Opera?
explorers. Opera.
not Opera. Opera is a
Webscape Navigator.
Internet Explorer like 2006.
Yep.
No, I don't think it's gonna work on that one.
No. So the way this game is going to work is if you've ever played Apples to Apples or Cards Against Humanity, it's similar to that, but it's a little bit different. A prompt is going to be displayed on the screen, and you have to answer it on your device. And then at the end, 2 of them are going to show up on the screen, and people are going to vote for which one they like the best. So I'm going to get my phone out here, because I have to log into jackbox.tv here.
Is that where I'm going to?
Yep.
Can I go there?
And the reason we're doing this is I'm not sure how many people are watching the stream right now, but I want Glenn and I to get in for certain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Glenn, can you log me into your internet, please?
Oh, that might be helpful.
All right. I'm going to tinker some settings here. I'm going to turn extended timers on so the delay won't affect people when they're doing it. Audience is enabled, so if you don't get in and are a player, you can still vote on which answer you think is the best. Audio doesn't matter. Twitch is not required. I turned on the family-friendly filter just because I don't know what'll happen if I turn it off.
Hi, Mom. Don't know what happened if I turned it off. Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect.
So again, jackbox.tv is the link you want to log into.
I'll just send that out.
Yeah, just send it out.
Boom. Done. In the chat. Merry Christmas.
Disco. So you'll be presented with a screen that'll ask for a 4-letter code as well as a name. Try and keep the names friendly. Just please. So I'm gonna start the game. So once you see the code up there, go ahead and slam it in.
Wait, do I have to get in there first though?
Yep. BKZQE.
I need to pick a name.
Yes.
I'm just gonna call myself Glenn.
I will be Fisco.
Make it easy. Sit back and relax. Oh, finally! I've been waiting to do that all day. There we go.
We'll just see if anyone else joins. It's 3-player minimum. So hopefully we're not here for a bit.
Oh, I see it. Okay, that's neat.
Yeah. Just gotta let people catch up to the stream, log in, have a fun time. This could be a train wreck and no one could join.
Well, we also have a delay too, so.
Hey,
we got somebody.
Double A.
And we got H.
Got H.
And E.
And Kotlin.
Kotlin. Hey, Kotlin.
That's a nice name, Kotlin.
That's a good name.
Got your chat feed up right now.
Oh, cool.
Oh, you do? Fantastic. Well, I think we'll...
Prince? Is that Fresh Prince?
It's actually the person formerly known as Prince.
Ah, okay. There we go.
All right.
Prince.
So I'm going to start the game now. If you don't get in, that's fine. You can still join in as an audience member. So let's do everybody's in. Yes. The game has begun. So on our devices, we're going to see questions that we have to answer. There is going to be a little tutorial here, but we don't have sound for it, so I'll do the voiceover for this. Welcome to Quiplash, the game where there's quips. We have 6 players. That's a nice number. He does a joke
yeah.
about how many players there are.
Oh, okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6, yeah. Okay.
So round one.
Oh.
We have to answer on our devices, and we're trying to be the funniest or the one that we think people will vote for.
So vote for him because he's funny.
Although they don't know who it is when the quips come up on the screen.
Oh. Okay.
So it's completely anonymous until afterwards. So we have our questions now. We have to answer them.
Oh, the worst menu item that starts with all.
Oh, don't say what you're.
No, I'm just reading it aloud. Oh, is it different for everybody?
It's different for everyone.
Oh. Oh, I just messed up myself then. Can we delete that? Is that...
So this is sort of the slow part where people are answering questions.
Man, I don't know. I just don't know.
So we are using an older version of Quiplash. This is the original that you can get on the Steam store. I got it for $5 on a sale. In newer versions, you have something called the safety quip, where if you really just can't think of something, it'll throw up a random thing for you, and you won't win that round.
Oh, wait, there's more?
Oh, yeah.
How many is there?
There's 2 questions I think you have to answer. You have 25 seconds. Glenn. Just something, anything at all.
Okay.
We're just waiting on H right now.
Am I floating? What am I floating for?
It's saying that you've submitted your answer. So I think H might not get in.
No. That's alright, H.
That's fine. So now we can vote on our devices for which one we think is the funniest. So the worst item you can eat, or the worst menu item that starts with all you can eat horses or sake fries. So on your device, you can see there's a prompt to vote for one or the other.
I don't know, man.
They're both pretty terrible.
Yeah, they are.
5 seconds left. All right, let's see how people voted. Horses.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I mean, horses are delicious. I love a good Philly steak sandwich.
But soggy fries, man. You don't want soggy fries. It's gross.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the more environment.
More environment-friendly alternatives to toilet paper. Well, I know what I'm voting for. Oh man, this is gonna be fun. I think this is gonna be. Yeah. It's an official thing. We're doing this every week.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta vote. That's probably
the Razer phone. Hey.
unanimous.
By a landslide.
So votes are determined, or points are given by how many people voted for each one.
Okay.
So because everyone voted for that one, they get a little point bonus.
Nice. Cool.
The lesser-known knight of the round table, sir.
Oh boy.
No answer. So I win completely.
Congrats.
I thought Baldevere was a pretty funny
that's
time.
funny,
It's like
yeah.
Bellavere or Bedivere, but bald.
Something fun to ask the old wise man on top of the mountain. What? Rat is it? What?
I don't know what that means.
Is that a meme? Where's the wise man? Well, you know.
I don't know what Rataz is.
Ratus?
Is it Rat? I'm very confused.
I am too.
I don't know if that'll work out in their favor or not.
I don't think so. Sorry. Maybe I should check the chat. Maybe something's in the chat.
Someone voted for it. If you know what Ratus is, please,
please
let us know in the chat.
Like, comment, and subscribe if you know what that is.
Subscribe, please. So what really cracked the Liberty Bell? Jinx.
No answer. Oh, I guess I won that one. Oh my god, I won something.
You did. Congratulations.
Double Rainbow doesn't have gold at the end of it. Instead, it has Ha 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 hoo, ha. Put a T-I on the end of that. Then we're talking. Instead of that's Cole. I like that one. That's funny. This is good, yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is good.
So it's even greater when you have like
A lot
the
more.
larger the audience,
Yeah.
the more votes, the
This is
closer
good.
it comes at the end.
Did my watch die? No, it's dying. Dying.
Thank you for the
Cool.
pity volt. Double A.
The pity vote, yeah.
The double A volt. I got. So I think that's the end of round 1. So we're gonna see how the points are. So after tallying the votes,
Oh,
Cortland is in first with 2,020 points.
good job.
That'll be embarrassing if one of us doesn't win.
I know I'm not gonna win, so
Yeah.
you gotta hold it up.
All right.
Oh my god.
Oof. This is a tricky one.
Yeah, I'm stuck. This is difficult.
All right, I think I've locked in my answer. I'm gonna have some nondescript black beverage. Oh, this has gotten worse.
Yeah. Oh boy, I think I'm gonna lose this one.
This tastes like floor cleaner or like a toothpaste. That's why we took the label off, so we can't get sued or in trouble. This tastes like a like
floor cleaner.
It tastes like a minty orange floor cleaner.
Oh, it was definitely not better with time. Oh, yeah, what your pancreas tests revealed.
What's a pancreas? What's a pancreas?
To go on.
A
A
poor
poor
substitute for
a necktie. Oh,
Oh
God.
god.
Something that rhymes with moose. Well then.
So an interesting thing is if both those people had actually written out noose, it would have been a jinx.
Oh, okay.
And what a jinx means is no one gets any points.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I like how they instantly went to noose with necktie.
It's on everyone's mind. And the winner is... It's a 50-50 split.
Wow.
I mean, that makes sense. They're the same answer,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah.
What's wrong with kids today? White fans? Or...
They dab too much?
I mean, they do.
Yeah.
I hope no one screen capped that.
Oh, you know it.
How many viewers do we have? 9. Okay. I think I'm fairly safe.
Only got 9 viewers? Oh.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's okay. Way to go now, people.
Next week we'll have 2.
White fans or dab too much? Yeah, I knew that was going to
Oh, yeah.
win.
Thank you kindly.
They dab too much. Quiplash?
Yeah, so if everyone votes for you, you get additional points.
Ah, okay. Interesting. Bad thing to say to a cop as he writes you a speeding ticket?
You like jazz?
Good job, H.
Yo, H, you finally...
I'm rooting for H.
He's finally playing this round.
Yeah.
Double A isn't. I think someone joined twice.
If you're allowed to name
Someone else's baby.
what would you
Name
want to name it? Yeah.
Mother disappointment.
Disappointment. I like how it's default by capitalized.
I like how you're naming someone else's kid at this point.
Why would you be naming someone else? That's my question.
Hey, Glenn, nice kid. I'm gonna call it Mother from now on.
Yeah. Shut up, mother. give mother the bottle.
I'm interested to see what people voted for in this one.
Yeah, me too. Ooh.
50-50 split. Wow.
I'm after you, Prince.
It's coming. It's hungry.
If animals took over an exhibit you would see at the human zoo. Senior citizens struggling with Facebook. My God, these are really good.
I don't understand self-cleaning.
I don't know.
An exhibit, self-cleaning.
I don't know. Maybe the humans are self-cleaning themselves.
I mean, I don't clean after myself, so. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know what to put for that.
Self-cleaning.
This is fun. I'm enjoying this.
Mm-hmm.
Is there another round, or is it just 2 rounds?
There's 3 rounds.
Oh, there's 3 rounds.
So
okay.
for the third round is special. We're all going to be given the same prompt, and we're going to have 3 votes that we can spread out however we like.
Oh, okay.
So we can do 3 on 1, 1 different.
Last
laugh. So we're all given the same prompt. We have to answer.
Ah.
And all point values are tripled.
Ooh. So coming up with something good, I guess.
Yep.
So just one question then.
So the prompt is, after the Heimlich maneuver, the second best way to stop someone from choking. Second best way to stop someone from choking. Try and keep it PG.
Oh, oops. Second best way to stop someone from choking. How much time? Oh, God. Okay, we only have 10 seconds. Okay.
I don't think I'm going to be winning this round.
No, I don't think I'm going to be winning this one either. Death bracket.
Death on their chest. Eat their food for them. Chop the food in tiny pieces, or big paunch. Glenn, I'm choking suddenly. Do the big paunch. So remember, you have 3 votes.
Oh, you have 3 votes.
You can vote any way you'd like.
Okay. I didn't realize that. I chose one and this is very new to me. I don't know what I'm doing.
So in the newer version of Quiplash, they have gold medals. So you do bronze, silver, gold medal.
Oh, okay.
For which ones you like the best. I think that's a more clear way of doing it. I don't have that one. That one was expensive. This one was cheap.
Investing our money. Yeah. Well, your money, I guess.
2 seconds left. Let's see who won. Well, you got 1 vote, Glenn.
I voted for myself. No kidding.
Eat the food for them. 2 votes. Okay.
What? Bracket? How do you bracket somebody? I don't know. Okay.
Big paunch.
I think yeah, I think that was a good one. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Tapping on their chest. 33%.
Okay.
Good.
Okay, so no one voted for mine, but people voted for bracket. That's.
Which one was yours again?
Mine was chop their food into tiny pieces. I was gonna add it like they are a small child. I won.
Was I in 4th again?
Yeah. Well, thanks for playing, everyone. I'm gonna retire while I'm in the theater.
Yeah.
So it is 7 o'clock, which I think was our almost expected end time. So why don't we call it here?
That was good.
Thank you for watching, everyone. It's been a pleasure. I've been Aiden Fisk.
And I'm Glenn Cottam. I'd like to shout out to Walu Media for helping us out and everything we're doing here, including the space. If you like to rent out the space at any point in time for a live stream or a musical thingy or whatever, feel free to contact Walu Media. They're our sponsor and they're great. Yay! See everybody. Have a good weekend. Bye.
Stay cool. Don't do drugs.